Hello, my dear friends. I want to ask you, do you remember the little girl who I spoke to you about a few months back? Milana. Do you want to ask me how she's doing? To update you about her, Milana is a newborn who was diagnosed with SMA, spinal muscle atrophy. And last information that I got is that her parents, they were moved into Germany by German volunteers. So her mother and her father and Milana are now in Germany. And so what's happening with her now? So she is now 15 months old because she was born last year in August, so 15 months. And SMA, she's type 3. And so the onset of SMA starts in 18 months. So far she is walking and the family is in Europe. Bad news is that Germany will not give her the injection, Zolgensma injection. And mother is still doing fundraising to purchase this injection, which is over 2 million euros. And now they are planning to go up north to a different country to seek treatment for the child. She's still taking the syrup and she's living like a normal girl. But in 3 months, we might see a change. But still hoping. She looks less stressed, the child looks less stressed. And it's a pleasure to hear her walk. It's really good news. We appreciate all the help that she received so far. Last video I made about a call for donation. I want to explain more the situation. Paluch Milana, she's now 3 months old. It's a girl from Ukraine and she was born with rare genetic disease called SMA. It's spinal muscular atrophy. This diagnosis was made at the age of 1 month in Kyiv in a specialized hospital Ohmadit. Recently, unfortunately, there was a rocket strike on that hospital, but still they provide care for children in need. Background about this disease: about 1 in 10,000 children is born with this disease. This is normal and regular to check newborns, to do the lab. Why? Because the treatment needs to be done early in life, otherwise the outcome is bad. So the sooner she gets the treatment, the more chances she can have to live this life properly. Alright, how this disease works. There's destruction of nerve cells in the brain stem and spinal cord. It's gradual. It starts usually at 2 years old. This process is irreversible. The child with this disease can lose mobility and also lose the ability to breathe. You can imagine what it was like for the young family to receive this news about their child. And it's difficult to grasp this information because the child doesn't show any symptoms. We are all fighting to preserve the life of Milana at full capacity. So what is the treatment? The best is Zolgensma. This is an injection once per lifetime. It's the most expensive medication in the world. And the cost is over $2 million. This shot stops the development of the disease by fixing the gene. This is a big deal. Other option is a syrup that the child has to take for life. It's called risdiplam syrup. 1 bottle is about $6,000 and a person has to take it every 2 months. This is to halt the development, the progression of the disease. Milana's family is collecting funds. They dream of receiving an injection for the girl. This will help to save her and this will give her opportunity to have full happy life. Who can she be? A doctor, a model, just a girl having her happy life. Mother is a real fighter. Every day mother is working and every day she is open and welcome to any ideas about the fundraising and what more she can do for her child. Very active and really strong fighter. Milana will also be a blessing for all of you. Help the family believe that this is possible.
My name is Jamey Carrington, and at the age of 1, I was diagnosed with spinal muscular atrophy type 2. In all of my 18 years on this planet, I've never walked, I have never fed myself, I've never bathed myself, and I don't know what it's like to feel the grass below my feet or jump on the trampoline. But I believe in my Savior, Jesus Christ, and this is my testimony. I was born normal, for the most part as a little baby, as normal as a baby can be. And it wasn't until I was a few months old that my mom noticed I couldn't sit upright for a long time without falling over. And this doctor gave them a list of possible diseases or symptoms that I could have. And he points to one disease called spinal muscular atrophy. And the doctor goes, "This is the worst one out of all of them. This is the worst one that your son could have." My mom gets the news that I have spinal muscular atrophy type 2 after testing. And this was one of those things that can either break a family apart or it can bring a family closer together than ever. And I am so thankful that my family did not break apart. In fact, they got closer than ever, and they decided to stick through this together and support each other, my parents, where we had a positive mindset about things. My mom said that it was a gift. That's what I was raised to believe. It's a gift. But in time, I would come to believe that. And then I realized what it's all about. I realized that it's about developing a personal relationship with Jesus Christ. And so that's what I've been doing for the past 4 years. Since that point is developing my personal relationship with Jesus Christ. I refused to believe the lies that Satan was feeding me. The lies that God didn't love me. That God was unfair. That I should just turn to other things to numb my pain. Like, I believed those for a while. And I realized that the more I believed those lies, that pain didn't go away. Satan said, be mad at God because he gave you this. But then when I finally turned the ear towards God and listened to what he had to say, he said, I can give your pain purpose. Satan said, I can numb your pain, but God said, I can heal your pain. And not only that, but I can give your scars purpose. And I can give them meaning. And that's what's amazing about God. You notice when Jesus appears to the apostles for the first time after his resurrection. He goes to them and they're surprised, they're startled, they're having all these mixed emotions, they're scared, they're all these things. And Jesus says, look at my hands. Look at the wounds. Look at the scars. Believe, it's me. It's me, I've raised from the dead. Notice how Jesus in his new creation self is showing the wounds and scars of his old creational self. That's what the power of God is. Because once we place our faith in God, we are new creations. And those scars and wounds that we once had, they are not only healed, but they are given purpose. God can turn anything around. And I'm telling you right now, if you don't know God, get to know him, because he knows you. And he is the most amazing, most kind, most thoughtful, most loving entity you will ever encounter. Jesus himself embodies that love. And that love, it can change your life.